Hi there, I've been looking at making my high lift jack a bit more useful, and I've come across this accessory online in my research quite a fair bit. It's called the JackMate, and it's made by Rescue 42 in the United States. So I went to ARB here in Australia and purchased it for just under $85. So today I'll just unbox it and give you my initial impressions of the product. It comes with some instructions, an operation manual, and as the packaging suggests, it's got a 1" or 25mm hole, a chain slot, a chain locking mechanism, a super grip diamond top plate, and a Y puller / bottle opener. And the beauty is you can use this to replace the top clamp of your high lift. You can use it for pushing, pulling, spreading, winching. Winching will come in really handy, clamping and also crushing, and it's also got this spike on the channel section which goes over the high lift jack for a better foot grip if you need. Now on the box it suggests that it's a must-have accessory for your high lift jack, and I can guarantee you to make your jack a lot more versatile. It also won the SEMA New Products Award, I believe in 2010. Made in the USA, 100% American steel, patent numbers, so the first one is of the high lift jack itself and the second one is of this product. So let's have a look. So it's quite a decent sized unit. It's just a bit dusty. Got some warning instructions. It's actually got quite a thick, what looks like a rectangular hollow section here. Now I'll just quickly get the vernier, and that measures about 6mm, 6.5mm thick. So that's what, about 26 on the inside, and that's about 51. Now it looks like that's been custom made. You can see that there's a bead weld on the inside there. Something like that in RHS isn't available on the shelf. So there's your diamond grip, your chain slot mechanism. It's quite a heavy unit, so it's nice and strong. The welds are fantastic. The paint quality could be a little bit better. According to Australian standards, that 25mm hole, it should be about 1.5 the minimum edge distance from the edge here. This measures at most about 14mm. So really that should be a bit thicker for Australian standards, but no doubt that it will definitely do the job. The idea is you slide it over your high lift and you lock it in with this pin, which is great. Makes it nice and easy. There's no bolts that you have to undo all the time. Overall it looks very good. Colour's really nice. The quality's really good. So here's my high lift jack. It comes with the top clamp clevis here, which they say you can use for winching and also for clamping, but it's only rated at 300 kilos, and that's because it's not very secure. So as soon as you start, just undo this bolt, relocate it like that. So you can see there's a lot of slip there. It's not really going to do a job that well. It's only rated for 300 kilos in clamping, whereas the JackMate is rated at the full strength of the high lift jack. Now the JackMate can be installed this way, it could even be installed this way. I think for our purposes this is probably the more useful way, because it gives you a point for the shackle for winching, or the chain slot, and also the clamping and spreading side. Now you can also install this on the underside of the jack. It's very versatile. So this is a 10mm drag chain, and that's a 9.5mm slot. So So that's actually fitting, which is good, but it's also that it has to grab in between the links. So we'll just put the chain through, and there you go. It's passed the test. That can be used for 10mm chain, no problem. I've got here a shackle, so I'll just put that in like there. And accepts the shackle, no problem as well. Now, one of the huge advantages in using the JackMate over the top clamp clevis that comes with pretty much most high lifts is for winching. The clamp would usually bolt onto the top hole here, and you'd put a shackle, but when you start winching, the actual jack starts to go off on an angle, and that's because the forces with the bottom point aren't aligned. With the JackMate now your shackle will come through here and it's offset, and that offset is almost matched at the actual lifting mechanism, and that means you get a straight line pull. So I'll use this tape measure as a guide. So say we're clamping with this top clamp clevis, and I'll put it to approximately where your winching point would be. So you've got an angle here. Now as that lifting mechanism at the bottom starts coming up, that angle gets worse and worse, and this has really no support against rotation. However, let's put that aside, and now say we're using the JackMate, you will see that the forces will be almost aligned, and regardless of how much you lift up on the jack, your forces will always be in a straight line. So that's a real huge advantage of using the JackMate for winching. You can even use a JackMate in conjunction with an axe to double up as a log splitter. So that's a quick overview of the JackMate. A very versatile bit of gear and a very welcome addition to anyone's high lift jack. It's very well constructed, of a high quality, and I highly recommend it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel.